Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Let me take you back exactly 34 years. Imagine that scene at Darbar Sahib. The truth was that Punjab had been sealed to the outside world. 150,000 Indian Army troops had thrown out the media. They'd closed all forms of communication. The scene was set for a genocide. Joyce Pettigrew wrote, "The Indian Army went into Darbar Sahib not to eliminate a political figure or a political movement, but to suppress the culture of a people, to attack their heart, to strike a blow at their spirit and self-confidence." This wasn't a Sikh that was writing this was a non-Sikh studying what had happened to the Sikhs in 1984. The truth is, the timing of the attack was deliberate. It was deliberate to cause maximum casualties for not just Sikhs, but the non-Sikhs who had gone to Darbar Sahib to mark Guru Arjan Dev Ji's Shahidi Parv. Amit Wilson wrote in the New Statements, "On June the 4th, a day of pilgrimage for Sikhs, when thousands had gathered at the Golden Temple, army tanks moved into the temple complex, smashing into the sanctum and shooting everyone in sight. Those left alive were prevented from leaving the building. Many wounded were left to bleed to death, and when they begged for water, army Jawans told them to drink the mixture of blood and urine." 4 months later, he wrote, "There are no lists of casualties or missing persons." Then came the army humiliation of Punjab. Frequent humiliations, arrests, killings, and Sikhs by soldiers. Operation Blue Star and Operation Woodrose will go down in history as some of the biggest human rights violations seen on this earth. Last year, when we were here, we were talking to you about the truth of the UK government involvement. And I will just share with you one or two facts from the last 12 months. According to the UK government papers, on the 7th of June 1984, the Indian High Commissioner here went to the Home Office and told Douglas Hurd, who went on to become the Home Secretary, that they wanted Sikh leaders in this country to be arrested. Remember, 7th of June 1984. Do you remember when you came, those that you are old enough, to the first Mayara on the 10th of June 1984? The Indian High Commissioner was saying to the Home Office Minister, "Can you arrest Sikh leaders?" And the government papers tell us now they provided a list to Special Branch. You know who the list was? The list was of every Guru Karda Pradhan in this country. That was the sochni of the India Sarkar. On the one hand, massacre the Sikhs in Darbar Sahib and throughout Punjab. And on the other hand, silence the Sikhs in this country, arrest the Pradhans, put them into jail. On the 8th of June, the Indian Home Minister went to see the British High Commissioner in Delhi. And what did he say? "We've just had a protest outside the Bangladeshi embassy, and we shot dead 2 protesters." What was his indication to the British High Commissioner in Delhi? Can't you do the same to the Sikhs on the 10th of June 1984? They wanted you to be shot here in the streets of London for simply raising your voice. That is the harsh truth of what the Indian government did in collaboration with the UK government. And this is from the small percentage of papers we've been able to secure. And now come the bigger questions. Did the UK government advise the India Sarkar to close off Punjab? Did they advise them to pick that day when they knew thousands of innocent Sikh pilgrims will be there at Darbar Sahib? These are the questions that every single Sikh and non-Sikh should ask. What did the UK government here do 34 years ago, not only to silence us here, to kill our brothers and sisters in Punjab? The other issue that's emerged in the last few months is the truth of the genocide that took place in November. We had the genocide of June. We had the genocide of Operation Woodrose throughout Punjab. And then we had the genocide of innocent Sikhs in their homes in Delhi and 130 cities throughout northern India. And what was that truth that emerged this year? Jagdish Titler gave an interview on television and said Rajiv Gandhi drove his ambassador car on the 1st of November 1984 through the streets of Delhi. And what were they doing? They were seeing how innocent Sikhs were being killed. He wasn't worried about his mother laying there. He was worried about taking revenge against Sikhs. And who was telling you this? Jagdish Titler. And within weeks, what did we see? We saw a video of Jagdish Titler saying, "Main 100 Sardar nu marya." That is the harsh truth of what the Indian government and Congress did to the Sikhs. And I'm going to finish with one final message on truth. Self-determination is a basic human right founded in international law. It is the truth that we as Sikhs have the right to self-determination and determine our future. Our future only lies in a separate Sikh homeland. Because the truth is, we will never get justice in India. It's taken us 34 years. The youngsters that weren't born in 1984 know it's in their blood. Our right, our birthright is Khalistan. And we will not hesitate until we establish that Sikh Raj, and India Sarkar knows this. And that's why their focus is on Sikhs in the diaspora, Sikhs here, Sikhs in Canada, because what they see is Sikhs are also politically active. That is the truth. We have MPs, we have ministers that are raising the Sikh voice. They don't like us raising any issues to do with Sikhs, whether it be about our identity, whether it be about our kakar, whether it be about our history, or whether it be our right to freedom. Bolchok maaf karna. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.